Good morning, friends. Myself, Professor Tarul Chandarana, and we are continue on unit number 5 of cybersecurity subject known as Introductions to Cybercrime Investigation. As previously, we will go through the malicious software known as worms. As worms, first we are introducing what is worms. Then we are discuss different types of activity will be happen with the worms, how to protect our system against the worms, and in the last we see is that what are the different types and what is the actual difference between virus and worms. So guys, today we will discuss one another malicious software known as a Trojan. It is also a malicious software, as I know that a viruses, worms and Trojanors, all the three things, it is part of a malicious software. Means we can say that it is one of the computer programs that can affected our computer system, maybe operating system, network or our private personal informations. So today we will discuss some detailed things about a Trojan. First start with the introductions. A Trojan or a Trojan is a type of malicious code, as I previously mentioned, or a software that looks a legitimate but can take a control of a computer. A Trojan is a design to damage. What are the different activity through a Trojan? So first thing, it is known as they can design to damage, disrupt, steal or in a general inflict some another harmful actions on your data or maybe a network. As the previous listed activity through which a hacker can be install a Trojan in our computer system, and a Trojan will be perform damage our data. Disrupt means if some of the ongoing activity will be happen, it should be disturbed within the Trojans. Next, steal means our process or we can say regular task is not performed as much as faster, as well as a general inflict like deleting of files, damaging our data, damaging our primary storage, as well as allocate a unnecessary space and all the thing, as well as one of the thing which we need to remember that they can affected a network system also. Second thing, a Trojan act like a bona fide application. Bona fide means it should be provide some access through which unauthorized user can access our data or we can say our computer system. So it is one of the bona fide applications or a file to trick you. It seeks to decide you into a loading and executing the malware on your device. One install, a Trojan can perform the action it was designed for you. Means as a previous first line, it is a malicious code. So hacker just use of those kind of malicious code to install a malware, ransomware or some another types of viruses in our computer system. But they can take a help of viruses, worms, Trojanors and all the malicious code through which they can easily find out the vulnerability which should be part of our computer system. A Trojan is sometimes called a Trojan virus or Trojan or viruses, but that are misnomers. Misnomers means it's just a slightly difference between a Trojan virus and a Trojan or viruses. As previously we know that viruses can execute and replicate themselves. Means is there not requirement any kind of input from the user side to generate any copy of a viruses. A Trojan cannot, but a Trojan cannot generate or replicate itself without any kind of input from the user side. A user has an executed Trojan, means if a Trojan want to activate it in our computer system, we need to require some provide the input, like we double click on any of the unnecessary software, we open some unattachment on unacknowledged resources, we download some sender which are known for our system as well as unknown from us, and we can, if we are downloading those kind of attachment, means some execution may be required to activate a Trojan in our computer system. Even so, the Trojan malware and Trojan virus are often used interchangeability, means both the case will be used by the hackers. Now we see the actual working process of Trojan through this image. As we know that is a figure suggests that there are some horse. In horse stomach there are some bombs, means they are send our actual requirement through which they can install a malware software within our system. They provide the actual software, but within this particular software they attaching his or her personal malware software through which they can easily access our computer data, they can access internet, they can access our private files, as well as they can damage all the things which should be part of our computer system. So it is just provide to display something, and within this display they provide something. It is the case of a Trojan. Now next thing, how do a Trojan work? Means what are the different activity it should be happen with the Trojan if a Trojan horse is installed or affected our computer system. So first we know that what are the different activities. You might think you are received an email from someone you know and click on what look like a legitimate attachment, but you have been fooled. The email is from a cybercrime or criminals, and the files you click on and download and open has gone on to install a malware on your device. As previously, we will discuss all the things regarding a mail, phishing attack, or we can fooling against a unidentified senders, or we can say unknown senders, through which they can provide attachment or provide some random links through which they can just install a malicious software, or we can say malware, within our computer system. It is just one of the best way to install any of the malicious software within our computer system. When you execute the program, the malware can spread to other files and damage your computer. As we know very well, if we are performing or we installing some unnecessary software through which our system will be affected through the virus. Next, we study an example of Trojan malware attack. Trojan malware attack can be inflict a lot of damages. At the same time, Trojan continue evolves, means they can damage our data as well as they can generate a separate copy or itself copy for the another computer system, or maybe some of the network. Here we can see is that a 3 example. First, Emotant banking Trojans. After a long hiatus, Emotant activity increased in the last few months of 2017. According to Symantec 2018 Internet Security Threats Report, detections increased by the 2000%. Just guys, remember that detection increased by 2000% in that period as a form of 2017-18. Emotant steals financial informations among other things, means they can just retrieve informations against a financial data. Second example of Trojan, Rakini Trojans. This malware has been around since 2013. More recently, it can deliver a ransomware. It is a more dangerous activity against the cybercrime nowadays, or a cryptojack, allowing criminal to use your device to mine for a cryptocurrency. As you know that what are the cryptocurrency and what are the crypto mining. Now, to infected a computer, means a Rakini Trojan is provide one kind of path through which unauthorized, or we can say hacker, can easily access our data without any kind of permissions. Third thing, Zeus or Zebut. This banking Trojan is another oldest but baddest. Zeus or Zebut Source code was first released in 2011. It used a keystroke, login recording your keystroke, and you log into your bank account. For instance, if you have any doubt regarding a keystroke, please go through my previous videos. We will discuss all the detailed thing about a keystroke. To steal your credentials and perhaps your account balance as well as I previously we will discuss, a keystroke is nothing but to record our all the activity which should be happen with our keyboards. Means they record our all the keystroke. If we are login with some of the bank account, they just record all the keystroke and try to access our banking informations. Means they can stolen our login credentials. Now, how to help protect against a Trojan? If anyhow a Trojan may be installed or Trojan will be affected our computer system, then a next step means need to provide a protection against affections. Computer security being with the installing and running an internet security sites. The periodic diagnosis scan with your software means antivirus software. You can set it up so the program runs a scan automatically during the regular intervals. As a previous we will discuss, we install a license viruses as well as update a regular basis, because if our antivirus is updated, then they provide a latest affected against all the latest viruses. So we need to update on a regular basis as well as run a periodically diagnosis. Means on a regular period we need to scan our computer system. We can schedule also, so every 2 days, 3 days, or maybe quarterly, weekly, they can scan automatically. In nowadays, all the antivirus automatically scan all the computer system within the specific period of time. Then also they provide a security against latest patch. They can download itself. It should be a user defined choice. They can download itself or we can download within the schedule. But if our antivirus software is download latest update, then provide the higher security. Update your operating system software as soon as update are made available from the software company. If a software company release a latest version, it means in a previous version they found some of the vulnerability, they found some viruses infected vulnerabilities, as well as they can found some path through which hacker can easily access our computer data. So they can update with on all the vulnerability and provide the latest version. So whenever we found some latest version on a market which should be provided by the authorized company, we just download it and install on computer system. So it provides somehow to protect our computer data. Cyber criminal tends to exploit a security holes in outdated software program. As we know that if our data or we can say our software which will be running on our computer system, it should be outdated. It means a hacker can easily penetrate our computer system because they have some holes or we can say a vulnerability. Protect your account with a complex, unique password. It is the case that we need to remember that we never use a common password in any of the login credentials, as well as they focus a complex and unique password, because if you just remember that we select password based upon our basic detail like date birth, car number, mobile number, bike number, our home address, home number, family backgrounds and all the things, because it is the case we need to easily remember those kind of password. But whenever we select a banking password, it must be a complex as well as a unique. Means if we have a more than 2 account with the different company, we use different username as well as password with the all the company's account. Create a unique password for each account using a complex combinations of letters, numbers and symbol. I think you know very well, nowadays they provide or they required some minimum 8 length password. In the particular 8 length, they require one capital letter, small letter, a special character as well as a numerical. So it is the combinations through which we can provide a complex password. In a latest one, they provide a auto generated password, but it is very hard to remember those kind of password. But if we are provide those kind of password, means a hacker can not find easily our passwords. Keep your personal information safe with a firewall. It is the last thing we need to remember in this particular lecture of Trojan horse. We require to hide or save against the firewalls, because all the attack it should be happen, or we can say entry point, it is known as a firewall. So keep your personal information safe with a firewall. If we are providing a very high security of our personal data to licensed firewall, it should be very easy for us and it should be very hard to crack for the hackers. So guys, it is just a thing about we need to learn what is a Trojan and what are the different things which we are go through these videos. I hope you are clear about a Trojans. Thank you so much.